Today I'm going to be talking to you about where to film your video content for marketing your business. Now, I know a lot of people out there actually don't film video content for social media, for YouTube or whatever it is. And one of the number one reasons why is because they're not really entirely sure where to film it. So on this video, I'm going to give you a few ideas. It's nothing earth-shattering. It's nothing super crazy and revolutionary that's going to change this landscape of the universe, but these are going to be a handful of things that you can actually do in order to be able to number one, get in a quiet place with no distractions, but number two, a comfortable place where you can actually film video content for your marketing purposes. So there's a couple of really ideal tips that I will give you. Number one is obviously if you have an office, and obviously if you have a podcast recording studio, that's gonna be the first place. You're probably not even watching this video in the first place. You're probably watching this video because you don't have something like that. But given that being said, it's actually a good point is that not everybody should be building out a video recording or podcast recording studio. It's just not fitting for everyone, especially if you're just beginning your journey on recording video content. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you either haven't started or you're just getting going anyway, because most people that record consistently have locations that they can record content in. Great example is right now, I'm actually in my kitchen. So behind me is my living room. I have my kitchen in front of me and the camera is right on the other side of my kitchen counter. I think this looks great. It has a lot of sunlight in here, so lighting's not an issue. I don't even have any softbox lights or ring lights or anything like that in here. My lighting's great. I have some overheads and that sort of thing. And then I have a decent background behind me that's clean. You know, I had to move a couple things around to make sure it was clean for the background. But reality is that you don't need a green screen behind you. You don't need any kind of like a crazy like neon lights and stuff like that behind you. So obviously the second part of this is if you don't have an office, you could film at home. Now, obviously some of the deterrents of filming at home is if you have kids, if you have animals. I have 3 dogs and lucky for me, they're very quiet, especially if I'm recording. I don't know if they know, but when I'm recording videos or I'm on a call, they actually are super, super quiet and don't mess around. They don't play or anything or bark. So that's a good advantage, but I know most people don't have that luxury. So if you have kids, if you have animals in the house or anything else, like if there's, you know, a person working on their roof next door and that noise is going on because there's drills, there's all kinds of other tools that are going on and that sort of thing. You don't want to be filming content when you have that crazy amount of noise that's going on. You want to make sure it's distraction free. Okay, so you don't want to film at your house. You don't want to film in the office. Where to go next? Now, obviously, there's a couple of like options. You could rent a studio. So there's normally, if you're in any kind of a large metropolitan area, there's going to be recording studios to be able to rent. The only problem with that is, yes, they will typically come with an engineer, somebody will run the camera for you and that sort of thing. And typically it's quiet place, soundproof, you're gonna have good backgrounds and that sort of thing, but it can be expensive. So if you don't have the capital to be able to allocate to that, there's another option. And this option might cost as much as a studio, but you're gonna get a lot more time. So there's a 2-for-1 option here. Is the next option would be we either rent a Airbnb or a hotel room. So obviously, with a hotel room, you have some stipulations. You're like normally, unless you're paying like $400 a night for a room, you're not going to get something that looks decent. There's not going to be good lighting in the actual hotel room and that sort of thing, unless maybe you get like presidential suite or something like that. And in some ways that could be worth it. So the option of booking an Airbnb, I actually like a lot more than a hotel because Airbnbs, you're typically going to get a house. You're going to get a house maybe even similar to mine, where you have a decent background. You're going to have decor. It's going to be clean. You're going to have a lot of white. A lot of Airbnbs have actually white walls and white cabinetries and stuff like that. And that's for a reason that's we don't need to go into. But you're also going to have lighting. You're going to have windows in the house to be able to allow natural light in. You're not going to have to take softbox lights and stuff like that for your setup. You're going to be able to really keep it simple. So they're going to have couches. They're going to have chairs for you to sit in and record all your content. So I really like the option of an Airbnb, and typically per night, it's actually going to make a lot more sense to rent the Airbnb as opposed to a hotel room. So obviously the Airbnb is a really good option for those several reasons. So other than that, there's really just get creative. Maybe you have a patio outside. Maybe you could go to a park or something like that. But there are options. There's places that you can shoot video, and you just really need to think it through. Make sure you pick 1 or 2 options. If you really like the local Airbnb that you shot videos in, don't be afraid to book it again for your next video day. And of course, let the Airbnb host know that and that sort of thing. So there's a little bit of flexibility here, but hopefully that gives you some ideas. I think that obviously nailing down your location for recording is one of the top things that you have to nail down when you're recording videos. So just have that, kind of strategize, think about it a little bit, and record it at a good place. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I brought value to you. If I did, make sure to leave a comment below with any further questions that you have or any comments that you have. And then subscribe to my channel, putting out weekly content like this, 2 videos a week like this, plus a podcast video, plus shorts videos. So lots of stuff coming your way, teaching you how to do social media content, video content, podcast, YouTube content, all done the right way. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.